We're good to go, Molly.
Thank you. Welcome. Good morning, everybody. I would like to call the meeting to order. It is 9:02 a.m. Stephanie, would you please take attendance?
Yes, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Ava Bermudez Zimmerman,
Present.
good morning. Isha Canada, I don't believe has joined us yet. Adrian Cochran will not be joining us today. Sheila Hummel,
Good morning, present.
good morning. Molly Weston Williamson
Present.
and Justin Zartman.
Present.
All right, thank you. We do have a quorum.
Great. Thank you so much. We're so excited to see everybody today. We do have a quorum. At this moment, I think we may have a member or two of the public with us, so thank you for joining us today. We're glad to have you here. We're going to move on to the first item on the agenda, which is review and approval of the May 15th, 2025 meeting minutes. I'd like to ask the committee to review those minutes, and I'd like to ask for a call to approve. Is there a motion?
This is Justin, so moved.
Thank you, Justin. Any discussion? Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Here's a second from Ava. All in favor of approving the May 15th, 2025 meeting minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Sheila, I think you're on mute.
Myself off. Okay. Sorry about that.
I think I hear an aye from Sheila as well, but
Aye. Yeah.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? I am gonna abstain because I was out sick on the May meeting. But I believe the ayes still have it and the motion carries. So the minutes are approved, and we'll move into our outreach and engagement update. Jessica, would you please give us the update?
Thank you, Molly. Good morning, everyone. You know what? I need to share my audio, and I think I forgot to hit that button, so let me do that again. All right. Oh, I forgot to change the date on my slides. I'm sorry. I will change them before they get posted. My apologies. So quick update on recent and upcoming events. We have been very busy. As I shared at the board meeting last week, June was a very busy month. We were out and about all over the place. I think we had at least 10 different events, but for July and August, we have a number of things coming up as well. So far this month, we've had the Community Give Back Day in New Haven, which our seasonal outreach worker, Madeline, attended on our behalf. She said it was very, very well attended and a great event. She was also at the Mount Zion Church Health Fair in Hamden, which is an event that we learned about through our friends at Access Health. So we were grateful to them for letting us know about it. And then also this week, we had an in-person training for the staff at the Hartford Healthcare Women's Ambulatory Care Center, which was great. We were talking directly with nurses and other healthcare providers about the program. We also have coming up the Manchester Chamber of Commerce Business Expo, the Community Wellness Crawl in Windsor, the Civic Healthcare Community Day in Danbury, also the Community Health Center Annual Fair in Hartford, Pride at the Beach in New London, another Community Give Back Day in Stamford done by the same organizers as the New Haven. And then a new event that we actually found out about through the in-person training at Hartford Healthcare is a breastfeeding and family wellness fair that will be in Hartford at the end of August. So lots of good things coming up. I wanted to share with you, and I did want to take the time to play this for you. It's 3 minutes long, but this is a new video that we've put together in partnership with our creative agency, Miranda Creative, about the application process and how it works. And just meant to really sort of simplify and clarify the process for folks, give them an idea up front of, you know, the boxes they'll need to check in order to complete their application. And we just finished this up and we're planning to put it on our website as an additional aid. So hopefully, I always cross my fingers to make sure this works the way it's supposed to.
Starting your application for CT paid leave
Just want to confirm the volume is coming through. Yes. Okay,
Yes.
great.
is easy. Visit ctpaidleave.org and click the Sign In button at the top right. You'll be redirected to the ct.gov login page. If you already have an account, sign in with your existing credentials. If not, sign up and follow the prompts to create your ct.gov account. This account gives you access to multiple state services, including CT Paid Leave. Once logged in, you'll be sent back to ctpaidleave.org. See your name in the corner? You're in. Next, click your name and choose Aflac Portal, our approved third-party claims administrator. On your first visit, you'll need to accept the terms and enter your identifying information. Don't worry, this is a one-time setup. Ready to get started? Click Start a New Claim and follow the on-screen instructions to complete your intake form. You'll enter your employment details, select your reason for leave, choose your start date, set your communication preferences, and provide other important information. You'll also choose how you'd like to receive your benefits, via direct deposit or debit card. If you don't make a decision, a debit card will be issued by default. After submitting your claim, you'll receive a new claim notification letter. Look for it in your email or in the portal under Case Timeline. This important notice includes QR-coded versions of the required documents and your submission deadline. Be sure to download it and carefully review the listed requirements. Finally, gather your documents, including your ID, the employment verification form, and any additional forms listed in your new claim notification letter, such as the certification of a serious health condition form. Then, log back into the online portal, click your case, and select Upload Documents. Once everything is uploaded, your claim will move into the review stage. You can track the status of your documents anytime by visiting the document dashboard in the portal. If anything is missing or needs revision, it'll be flagged there. Be sure to upload all required documents by the due date. If you need more time, just reach out. Once your application is reviewed, you'll get a decision notice. If approved, benefits will begin based on the dates you selected. Ready to begin? Start your CT Paid Leave application today.
So we wanted to create that, partially to just clarify this process that, doing the intake form and the online, work is just the first step. And we thought that putting it into this very concise format would be useful. So we're going to get that up on our website, and hopefully we'll start to see, that helping folks as they go through their application process. I wanted to just touch base on a couple of website projects that we're working on. So one thing that we have Madeline Doyle, again, our seasonal outreach worker, working on is reviewing our website for content that could be written more clearly or succinctly. We know that we kind of live and breathe it. So sometimes things that we think are, really straightforward could be clarified or written in a little bit more, simple or concise way. So Madeline is working on that for us. She's also working on cross-referencing our frequently asked questions list to make sure that that information is integrated into all of the website pages. We also have an accessibility project underway, which I want to thank Virginia for her help with that. She's been working really hard on that. Essentially looking at all of the documents on our website, so any PDFs, Word documents, PowerPoints, and just ensuring that they meet accessibility requirements and making any revisions to things that may need a bit of updating. And then finally, as I talked about in the board meeting last week, we are working on this Contact Us page redesign. This is a collaboration with representation from every team in the authority. And what we're doing is implementing a self-guided help feature where people can choose who they are. So an individual or potential applicant, an employer, etc. And then we'll give them a list of more of the frequently asked questions that we've seen coming in through the contact center. and give them answers to those questions and areas on the website where they can find out more. We'll also then give them, if you do need more help, please submit the contact form and please choose X as your contact reason. So we'll hopefully help with just kind of streamlining and making sure that we do get, inquiries kind of going into the right bucket so that they can be triaged and responded to more quickly. That's phase one. And then phase two will also be implementing sort of the role-based criteria for the contact us form as well. So that's a little bit longer timeline project, but we're excited about this work to make this page even more user-friendly and helpful than it already is. Now I'd like to just ask Virginia if she could come off mute and give an update on the CEC project.
Thank you. So just quick update on the CECs. We are currently halfway through the program year. So we've completed quarters 1 and 2. We've received reports for quarter 1, and quarter 2 reports will be due July 31st. Just so you all know that the CECs have identified 77 total work plan activities that they plan to complete through the program year. I believe at this point they have 55 that are ongoing and 3 completed. So we're hoping to see, and that's based on the first quarter report. So on the second quarter, we'll see an increase in that. And just a summary on the quarter 1. So this is between February and March. We had our last training in January. So the true launch of the program was towards the end of January, beginning of February. The CECs conducted trainings, they attended events, they shared CTPL materials. As the total, they've attended 85 events. So this is including 13 workshops, 10 trainings, 16 community events, 1 PTA meeting, and tabling at businesses 45 times. Altogether, this is a total of 5,000 attendees attended these events. So this is pretty good outreach, a lot of interaction with the public, with businesses. They've also provided direct application assistance to 48 people. So for quarters 3 and 4, currently we collect demographic information on the people receiving direct application assistance. And we have a survey asking their experience working with the CECs. Moving forward in quarters 3 and 4, we would like to collect more specific information on the kinds of assistance that people are receiving. So the CECs are going to be reporting, for example, if they help the person complete their forms, if they help them mostly with navigating the portal, figuring out where things are, or signing up, or answering questions about their eligibility or coverage, so we could get more specifics on what kind of application support they're providing to community members. Next slide. So for our quarterly reporting template, the CECs must provide updates on each of their specific work plan activities, including any challenges they encountered. So when they completed their work plans, we also had them identify objectives or goals that are quantifiable so that we can then look at the updates that they provide based on what they said they would be able to complete. So they gave us very specific items like, for example, if they said they were going to host event or host workshops, they were supposed to give us information on how many workshops were they planning on hosting, how often, how many people they hope to have attend. So then based on their quarterly updates, they would then give us that information comparatively, like if they hosted 2 workshops this quarter or 3. Additionally, CECs provide data on the persons that they provide direct application support to and the events that they host or attend. So as I said earlier, they provide us with demographic information, information on whether they hosted it over the phone or in person. A lot of the CECs have different ways that they host the direct application assistance, whether through open office hours or through an appointment basis. This information is collected in a reporting form that we provide to them, and then they update it through the online shared drive. So then I have access to that to review. And then at the end of each quarter, we summarize the reports and data into a summary Excel file to track progress over the 4 quarters. So we basically pull together all the numbers and the information on the work that they're doing, so then we could track it. And then at the end of the year, we'll be able to compare it to what they said they were going to do with the work plan and see the kind of impacts that the CEC program is doing as overall within Connecticut. At the beginning of the program, we really focused on the kinds of measures that we wanted to look at to see how effective the initiative will be. So those are the things that we're currently tracking and that we will be looking at the end of the year. Next slide. Thank you. So this coming year, we're looking to get more organizations to participate in the initiative. So right now we are currently working on our next round for requests for proposals. As of right now, we have an almost complete draft of the RFP. We reviewed it this week, and so we'll be finalizing that. And then in September, hopefully in the beginning, we're going to post the RFP to CT Source, which is the state's bid board, to solicit proposals. In October, we'll have the proposals due, and then if we believe we need to, we'll host interviews with them. During this time, we'll also have opportunities for the proposers to ask questions, submit those, and to host an informational session to provide more context around the RFP and the major deliverables. In November, hopefully by I believe mid-November, we'll have the proposers selected, and then we'll be soliciting them for contract negotiations and executing those contracts. And then by December, we'll be onboarding them into our systems, such as like our billing system, getting them into the shared drive, getting their contact information. And then this year, or next year, I'm sorry, one thing that we're planning on changing is our training series. So instead of having the training series happen over a period of 3 months, we would like to condense it more into 1 month in January. We found that last time the trainings didn't last as long, so we had like the topics more broken up between each training session. So we decided it would probably be more beneficial for everybody's time to have more than one topic within a training session. So if we're going to host a 2-hour training, it'll last the full 2 hours and they'll be able to ask questions. And then this way it'll be a shorter training period. And they'll be able also still have opportunities for office hours and for additional materials to look over during this time. And then starting in February, the program year, so it'll be from February to December that the work plan activities will be conducted. So right now we're looking to contract with 5 to 7 additional organizations and potentially renewing the contracts with the existing 17. So at most, potentially having 14 CECs in the future, at most.
Thank you, Virginia. So that concludes our updates for today, and Virginia and I are happy to answer any questions.
Thank you so much for that update. I had one initial question and then I'll throw it up into the group. So in terms of the numbers on the results, so the 5,000 people who attended, the 77 events, particularly the 48 direct assistants, recognizing that like this is a pretty short window, like we're only really looking at 2 months here. Are those numbers about where we want them to be? Are we hoping to see them higher in the future? Like where are those results in relation to what we were hoping to see from this program?
So because of the shortened first quarter, I would say, in my opinion, this is about where we're hoping to see them. But in future quarters, we would like to see more because this is a ramp up period for them, you know, getting their feet under them and then starting to figure out what works and what doesn't. So we're hoping to see in Q2 an increase in those numbers. So instead of 48, hoping to see more than that in Q2 as a total. More events, especially since it's summertime, there's a lot of events going on. So seeing more of those being attended. Yeah, so we're hoping to see, I guess that's my summary. We're hoping to see more, but I'm happy to hear Jess or Erin to provide any additional.
I think what Virginia's saying is spot on. I mean, we have heard from the CECs that, you know, some things that they thought were going to work really well didn't, and so they pivoted, right? So I think that that first quarter was really kind of a learning experience for them to say, hey, we thought that X would be a great outreach mechanism. It didn't work, but we tried this and we're seeing that that's getting us good results. So I do think that we are going to see an increase in number of events and number of you know, folks that are helped as they continue to kind of fine tune their specific approach that works for their community. And, you know, I was going to mention too, as Virginia said, like the seasonality of, I mean, we were kind of in the dead of winter, those first 2 quarters. It's hard to find events. It's hard when you host events to get people who want to come out at, you know, 6 o'clock at night when it's pitch black and cold. And so I think that seasonality is always going to have something to do with it too.
I just wanted to add that Virginia holds monthly meetings with the CECs as she's essentially one-on-ones, but she also holds these monthly group meetings. And what's nice is that they are sharing amongst each other tips and techniques of how to get better data on the surveys, or how to kind of engage with people differently, like, you know, the size of the handouts and things like that. So as they grow and progress, they're sharing that information with the other organizations in this cohort, which has been really lovely to see. And I think will also start being reflected in their reports.
Thanks, everyone. That's really helpful context, because I think if the expectation were we were going to continue to see only about 24 workers a month directly helped, that would seem low. But if the thinking is we're giving folks time to get a seat, we're refining the program, we're getting stronger and smarter, that makes total sense. Do other folks have questions or flags for the team?
I just wanted to mention one thing. Sherry Cody from SBA, she left. You guys are probably aware of that. So she was great on organizing monthly outreach events. I know, saw you guys at many of the events. So that's going to be a big void. It's going to be a big void, especially like for DECD, because we kind of counted on her organizing these events. So
Thanks for that heads up.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Sheila. I agree. And so, you know, as we come across business focused events, we'll be sure to share them with you in case they're a good fit for DECD, and you know, vice versa. We'd love to hear as you come across ones that might be.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate that, because it's going to be a big void. She had one almost every month just across the state. So at this point, SBA, they don't have another person to, you know, set up these events. It takes a lot of hard work. So just stay tuned. And we will let you guys know too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sheila. Other flags or questions? Okay. Hearing none, is there any old business anyone would like to raise? Is there any new business anyone would like to raise? Okay. In that case, may I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Sheila.
Second.
Thank you, Justin. All in favor of adjourning, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
I believe the ayes have it. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. The motion carries. The motion is adjourned. The time is 9:25 a.m. Thanks so much, and we'll see everybody in 2 months.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.